Hello, everybody. Elizabeth Johnston here, story coach, and I'm really excited today to share with you this new program that I just created. And this is the first public live stream that I've done to announce it. So I'm super excited. If you're watching live, please let me know. Leave a comment if you haven't already clicked to allow StreamYard to give permission to show who you are. Please do that so that we can know who you are and call you out and thank you for watching in person and engage with you. So I'm going to share my screen right now. Share screen. And then we're going to follow along with this page. All right. So the big announcement is the Story Lounge. So I am so excited about this because it's been something that's been percolating on the back burner for quite a while. And I have got a lot of requests from people asking, when am I going to do it again? When am I going to have some kind of interaction and writing workshops online? This is one of the things that I'm really well known for. And so I'm just so super excited to announce this. So we'll go through this bit by bit, but if you're watching live, please say hello. I'd love to greet you. And if you have any questions, you can post them as well, and I will get to them as I see them. Okay, so Story Lounge. This is a warm and inspiring community to unearth and share your personal stories, your life experiences, and your wisdom to create your unique impact in the world. I am a firm believer that we are all made of stories, and stories are what galvanize us. They are what allow us to move forward, but they can also bring us back, especially if we are carrying around a story that doesn't serve us. And so the more that we become aware of our personal stories, the better that we'll be able to show up as a coach, as a consultant, as a healer, whatever it is that you do, this is going to help you in your personal development and your personal growth. So I'm going to go through and talk a little bit more about, what's in it, basically. And so the Story Lounge is a monthly program, and we meet twice a month. The second and fourth Tuesday of each month. And, whether you want to write a memoir or some short pieces about your life or weave story into your business, then this is what's going to inspire and guide you from doubt to doing it. Because a lot of people have doubts about story and wondering if this is actually useful in my business. And let me tell you, it is so useful. Just ask any of the people in my current Origin Story Mastery program. They are having realizations and knowledge bombs that are dropping every second half minute or so. Really, it's just so powerful that, the power of story to transform your life is immense. So the Story Lounge is really about connecting to people, because when you read a story about somebody else's experience or somebody else's life event, you connect with them. You understand them a little bit better, but you also understand yourself. So think about the potential of that for your business, but also if you're just wanting to write stories to explore or leave a legacy for your family, think how useful and important those stories will be to leave for your family, or to share things about your experience and your upbringing that probably your family doesn't really know about. Because our life is so full that we don't have necessarily the time or the bandwidth to remember all those things until we sit down and write them. And then we realize, wow, I am so awesome. Look at all the things that I've done. Look at all the things that I've overcome. Look at all the things that I have reaped the benefits of from my experience. So that's one of, the all-time major reasons to join the Story Lounge. The other thing is that, you are able to connect to your heart and your soul through story. And if you want to build the know, like, and trust factor with your community, this is a surefire method to do that by sharing personal story. And it really helps your potential client see, like, oh, this person can help me. This person knows where I am right now because they used to be there. And so unearthing your personal stories, this is what helps in making that connection between you and your prospective client. And plus, the Story Lounge is really a warm and inviting place to hatch your stories. And it's also a dedicated place to do that, because I know, and I'm sure you do, that when we think about story and our business, it's usually like, oh, our business is up here and story is down here somewhere. But it really should be the other way around. Getting your stories straight, getting a bank of stories, and then weaving them into your business so that you're really in alignment with what you want for your life. Because if there's one thing I know about being an entrepreneur, there are so many moving parts about being an entrepreneur that we forget that we need to not just be up here in our head running our business. We need to be in our heart and our soul and our body. We need to have that connection, because that brings us back into an alignment with what we really want for our present business, what we want for our future business, and brings our mission and our values to the forefront. And when we're so busy working on all these parts of, like, oh, I've got to get a lead magnet, and I've got to get, more networking, and I've got to figure out how to get more clients into my funnel and all those things. That's all busy work that's in our head. It's so important. I'm not discounting that. But oftentimes when we're not clear about our stories, then we're attracting people that really don't resonate with us. But as soon as you're out there sharing your stories about what's important to you and what you're trying to create, then you're going to attract people that resonate with that message. And they're going to be better clients than people who don't know any of your stories. So who is going to benefit from the Story Lounge? Well, pretty much everybody, but in particular, visionary entrepreneurs. Now, of course, this group is Visionaries Creating Impact, and Visionaries Creating Impact can be entrepreneurs, or they can be authors. They can be artists. So it doesn't preclude any one category of person. Visionaries make the world a better place. They fill in a gap that exists, and they figure out how to address that gap in a new and creative way. And so artists, authors, entrepreneurs, they all do that. Other people who will benefit from the Story Lounge: healers. Healers have so many stories about how they healed themselves and how they developed a unique modality and how they're using that to help other people. But oftentimes this is almost unconscious and hasn't been really articulated. So the great benefit of articulating those stories is that you're more clear and concrete and tangible when you're talking to people about the difference that you make. So speakers, to generate stories and anecdotes for being on stage, or podcasters, or for being a guest on a podcast. Coaches, again, this is so important. You have one avatar, and that's, what we're all taught is just have one avatar, attract that one avatar. But when you're really clear about what you do and why you're doing it, okay, and remember, Simon Sinek says that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And where do you figure out your why? Through story. But as you are getting really crystal clear and focused on who your avatar is and who you serve, and putting out all your messaging about that and attracting those particular clients, there are going to be other people who don't fit that profile who really resonate with your story. And so when you're at networking events or when you're working with them one-on-one in your coaching, it's always good to have a broad range of stories at your fingertip so that you can demonstrate and make something clear to different types of people that will find their way to you naturally when you're using story. So bloggers need content, and this is going to be a great way to, on a regular basis, have that content coming in into your business and into your blog. Light workers, people who want to change the world, make a difference. And again, light workers are just another way of saying visionaries. And change makers, it's the same thing. So whether you're a change maker, you've got something that you want to fix or change or bring into being, light workers, spiritual entrepreneurs, this is going to help you unearth so many stories that you can grow your business, but also for personal growth as well. So personal and professional growth, all in one package. And so the Story Lounge is going to launch in October. October 12th is our first day. And what we're doing is having thematic writing lounges. So the first Tuesday that we meet, which is the second Tuesday of every month, there's going to be a brand new theme that we explore. And during our live session, there'll be quick writing exercises to limber up your imagination on that topic. And then I'll also be giving you so many ideas that you can follow up on to elaborate through writing on that topic, on that month's theme. And I develop these for people who just want to explore their life writing, just about their life, memoir experiences, or business writing. So it goes both ways. And because really what's most important is the story idea. And then depending on where you want to use it, you're going to go in a little bit of a different direction. If it's for your family, or if it's to leave a legacy, or if it's for your business and you want to talk to that ideal client. Okay. So it doesn't matter what the topic is, you can shape it to your ultimate needs. And so we're really getting to the fundamentals of story, and then you develop it based on what you need it to do and how you need it to work in your life, whether that's in your life or in your business. And so I give a lot of tips on, how to approach it, but also so many ideas. So if you ever think like, oh, I always run out of ideas, I don't know what to write, then this is going to solve that problem for you. I have tons of ideas for you. And probably you're going to end up saying, oh my goodness, there's so many ideas. And I can help you with narrowing down those ideas too. All right. So then you go away and you develop something. Maybe it's for your blog. Maybe it's for your email sequence. Maybe it's just an experience that could be for an article that you want to write, or a story that you want to share with your family. Whatever your intention is, you go off and you write on that month's theme. And then you can share it in our sharing sessions, which are the fourth Tuesday of every month. So you bring your completed writing. We will share it. We might go into breakout rooms to share those stories. And it's really a creative and supportive and warm environment to get validation for your topic. And this is another really interesting thing that I have learned over my 20 plus years of facilitating these types of writing workshops. And that initially some people are a little bit trepidatious about sharing their writing. They may have some hangups. some stories that have trailed from childhood or high school into their adulthood and that are not actually serving them. Like, oh, I can't write because I'm not creative, or only artists or writers are able to do this kind of a story. I'm just a business person. I'm just an entrepreneur. I can't do this. That's just a story that you've been telling yourself. Maybe it's an inherited story, but whatever the origin of that story is, it's not serving you, because the truth of the matter is that everybody has stories, everybody is creative, and everybody can write their own story. And so really the purpose here of sharing is to get validation, and you will be amazed at something that you think, oh, this is too personal, this is too specific, nobody else will relate to this. They won't be able to understand where I'm coming from. If you've ever thought any of those things, you are going to really be happy with the environment that I create in my writing workshops, because it's all about connecting on a human level to human experience. And you'll be surprised at how many people can relate to something that you think is, oh, it was just me. That's really, one of the beautiful, most magical things about being in community around story. So there's also a private Facebook group. And so you have the option to post it in the group as well, so other people can comment on it. So either show up live during our fourth Tuesday of the month, or post it in the Facebook group, or both. And either way, you'll get some encouraging, affirmative comments on your writing, because this is really about kickstarting the process for writing. It's not about like, oh, there's a grammar mistake, right? That kills creativity. That kills your ideas dead in the water. And so we don't do that in the Story Lounge. And really what we do is help people get into a regular writing rhythm, even if it's only 2 times a month. That's probably way more than you're already doing now. And so that's the idea here, is to ignite your inner creative spark and let that inform and trickle into every aspect of your life and your business. And when you start activating your creativity, you will find that you are able to show up in your business in a completely different way and a much more joyous way. Because as I said earlier, we really are connecting to our passion and our heart and our soul, and it helps us get back on track with what's really important in our business and in our life. So if anything that I'm talking about resonates with you, please leave a comment in below here so I can see any comments. And I just love to hear more about how this message is landing for you. Okay, so when you go to the page ownyourcreativity.com/story lounge biz, you'll see a lot of testimonials from people that have worked with me. So I'm not going to go through all of this, but definitely check it out. I've had a whole range of people join me in my writing workshops and working with me for their stories, from business owners to people who are hobby writers or who want to make writing more of a priority in their life. So I invite you to take a look at that. And really, the Story Lounge is going to give you an opportunity to dedicate some time and be accountable, because stories have a way of, like I say, changing your life, but they don't actually change your life unless you make room for them, right? You have to make room in your life for your creativity, for your stories. And stories really aren't kind of finished until you share them with other people. And that's where you get all those amazing endorphins going through your body that encourage you to keep going with story. If you write in isolation, and a lot of people do, they maybe write in their journals or whatnot, but even people who are busy writing the great American novel or the great Canadian novel or the great universal novel, whatever, eventually they have to come out of that isolation and present it to someone. And And that presenting completes the activity. And just like a film, you know, if somebody's spending all this time and money and effort making a film and then nobody sees it, then it's not really, it hasn't really achieved its purpose, which is to share that message, to share that story. So that's why it's really important to be part of a community, because it kind of gives you that, like, oh, my story is finished, but it also gives you that wonderful endorphins and sense of well-being that you get from community when you're working on something together. So how much is this? Okay, this is for a whole year. It is only $9.97. And because this is a brand new program and I'm just rolling it out, I have put together a super awesome opportunity for you. I'm so excited about this. And it is that for a limited time, you can get the Story Lounge for $9.97 for life. So you get lifetime access to this. And basically, stories forever, or as long as I'm teaching this, that it will go on and on and on. And so this is a really amazing opportunity. And it's only $9.97 to get in on a lifetime deal. It does actually go away as of September 14th. So you do need to hop on this. And there's also a limit to the number of people that will be able to take advantage of the founding members opportunity. And so I recommend that you do this ASAP. And if $9.97, if you don't want to pay in one lump sum, that's okay. I have a to-pay offer for you. So you can put down $523 today, and then in a month's time, you pay the other $523. And so you will still get lifetime access as long as you do it by September 14th. And then, but it doesn't stop then there. So there's also a pay in full bonus. So if you're able to pay your $9.97 in full, you also get your choice of one of these 2 retreats. So on October 23rd, I'm doing Flow in the Entrepreneur. And this is really about integrating creativity into your business practice to solve common everyday problems that you have in your business. And so that happens October 23rd. It's going to be $197. All my one-day online retreats are $197, but you get that for free when you pay in full for the Story Lounge. Or if you prefer, you can take this other retreat that I'm offering on November 20th. And again, it's a one-day online retreat, and it's about writing a book for your business, which I call a mission memoir. And you actually can take this if you just want to write a personal memoir too, because as I say, the foundation, the structure is the same, basically to write either of those 2 books. But depending on your intention, it will change the outline that you come up with. And this is what I'm going to help you with in the one-day retreat. So either one of those, when you pay in full, you get that as a bonus, as a thank you. And something else that I wanted to mention, here's some more testimonials about other people who have worked with me, and a little bit more about me. So if you're just new to this group, I highly recommend that you hop onto this page, ownyourcreativity.com, story-lounge-biz. And I'll put that in actually, I'm going to put that in here right now so you can see it. I'm going to create my banner, ownyourcreativity.com, story-lounge-biz. So there you go. And, it doesn't scroll down at the bottom while I'm in screen share. That's okay. As soon as we get a screen share, it will pop up again. And then, yeah, so I highly recommend you go and check this out about who I am and who I've helped and all the places I've written for. Actually, these are just a few of the places that I've written for. I have like hundreds of articles that have appeared there, and other place. So you can check that out. Yeah. So as I said, September 14 is the deadline to get lifetime access to the Story Lounge. And if you have any questions, you can post them here below. And I'll be popping in on a regular basis here into the group with live streams so that there's plenty of opportunities to ask questions and get your answers. And if there's something that you're wondering about, something that people ask, though, is I might not be able to make it for one of the sessions. Will they be recorded? And yes, they are recorded and will be in our private membership site. So even if you're not able to make one of them, you can still get all the information about what that month's theme is, and you'll get all the ideas, and you'll be able to participate. So something else that I wanted to share here with you, let me stop sharing the screen, and yeah, here we go, show. Yeah, so that is for business writers. So ownyourcreativity.com/story lounge is with hyphens in between those words. People who want to write for their business, that page is dedicated mainly to them. But because I know that there are a lot of writers here, the people who are hobby writers, people who don't have a business, don't want to have a business, not interested in that, just want to really explore story for their own personal growth and delight, because writing about your life is delightful. So I'm going to also put in a different banner here for a separate page that I made for people who are just writers. And when you look at it, you'll see that actually it is exactly the same. And yeah, here, I'm just going to put this other one up here. It's exactly the same page, except that the bonuses are slightly different. So here we go. And we'll show that. Yeah, so ownyourcreativity.com/story-lounge, and I'm going to share that page with you now and just go over the bonuses that are specific to the people who are just interested in writing for the pleasure of writing, or maybe to write a memoir or to leave a legacy for their family. So you'll see it's the exact same page. I just separated a little bit because I wanted to speak directly to who this is going to benefit. So aspiring writers, nonfiction writers, because when you're writing about your life, that's what you're doing. You're engaging in nonfiction writing. If you're a creative writer and you want to explore nonfiction writer, or you want to write a memoir, retirees. Now, this is something that I have found really transforms the lives of retirees. I was teaching life writing for retirees for about, I think, 6 years. And I created my own program, and it was pretty much an all year round program as well. And I had people follow me for all of those like 5, 6, 7 years that I did it, that they always showed up, because it was so wonderful to be in a community and share your stories and really get validation about your life experiences and who you are and grow as a person. And I saw this time and time again with my retirees. And actually some people took it because they were afraid of retirement. They didn't know what they were going to do in this third part of their life, because their whole identity was wrapped up in what they did, right? So who I am is my job. And then when you take the job away, they have this question, who am I? How can I give meaning to my life now that I don't do this anymore? And then they took my life writing, and what was amazing is that they got confidence to face that third part of their life with joy and delight, and it wasn't frightening anymore. They realized that they had so many stories in their experience that didn't have anything to do with the job that they did. And that showed them that they're resilient, that they're creative, that they can solve problems and come out of it better at the end of that journey. And that's what the power of story does for them. It really helps them see, oh my goodness, I am awesome. And I've got all these tools for living my best life. And they only realize that through unearthing their story. So I highly recommend for anyone who doesn't know what is coming next. And you don't have to be a retiree for this to apply. It could be you're in a transition. Maybe during the pandemic, you decided, I don't like my job anymore. I want something different. But what is that? Where are you going to go next? And so joining the Story Lounge can really help with figuring out what you need to do next. And so the other thing that I wanted to show you here. So again, it's the same lifetime access, lifetime opportunity that you get when you pay in full by September 14. But you also get a pay in full bonus. So here I've created Creativity and Flow, a one-day workshop, which is very similar to the Entrepreneur and Flow one, except this one is geared just towards people who don't want to apply it to their business. They want to apply creativity to their everyday life. And so that's on October 30th. And again, the Life Writing Retreat. So whether you're wanting to write a personal memoir or one for your book for your business, this is going to help you create that one-page outline, get parts of your story written, and then you'll have a structure and a framework and a timeline to get that book done. So you can choose either one of those when you pay in full. If you don't want to pay in full, if you prefer the 2-pay, we do have that 2-pay offer here as well. So thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm really excited to share this new program with you. And if you have any questions, post them below and I'll get back to you. And thank you so much for joining me here today. Take care and have a wonderful weekend.